Well, and I'm going to tell you, so we, this is a story. We introduced the keto crust, which got a huge response, and it made like, wow. So I remember that was in the summer, 4 or 5 years ago.
Tell them what the keto crust is for those that don't know.
It's a low carb pizza crust. So if you're diabetic, if you're watching your carbs, trying to eat low carb, a low carb diet, it's a crust that is extremely low carb that you can have that will fit into your macros or whatever. And I don't know anybody. We've been doing it a long time. So when we first started doing it, we were the only ones. There might be some other ones. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but I don't always pay attention. You know what I mean? I kind of keep my eyes on what are we doing, and I do like try to, little things will permeate, but I don't really overly watch what other people are doing. But we had introduced that, and that suddenly was like, wow, we went from like, I don't know if the account's going to be in the negative this week to being like, okay, we're okay. So we had decided we hadn't been on vacation in forever. So we went ahead and we booked. We wanted to take the kids to Universal Studios. We're big. At the time, we were a huge Harry Potter family, and that's where the Harry Potter world is.
I've been there before, and I had the butter beer. Yeah.
So we wanted to take the kids, and so we booked it. We got our tickets. We were going to drive, and we got our park tickets, and we paid for our hotel. Then don't you know it? Like business, I swear to God, it seemed like as soon as we made that, $1,800 whatever, business kind of went like this. And now we're like, oh my God. And we had booked it for December, so we still had 3 or 4 months. My husband and I had to go donate plasma so that we had the money for gas and food, because we already had our park tickets and we already had our hotel. All we needed was the gas to get there and back and the food and whatever. We knew the kids wanted wands, and I hate needles, but we did. We went and donated plasma, and between the two of us, we made $1,600 because it was $800 a piece. And he hates needles too. And we would go and we'd be sitting there, and I would just be sitting there squeezing the ball, thinking about, I would have to close my eyes and think about all the fun I was going to have at Universal, like to get through that process. And then they loaded on cards, and that's how so it was like the first part of the vacation was paid, and then business kind of wasn't, and we had to figure out because it was all booked.
You don't really hear all of these hiccups,
right,
with small businesses. I think people go in there and don't realize what goes on behind the scenes. No. What if you can't meet payroll? What will happen if this happens? What happens if somebody gets sick or get injured? There's all kind of things that can happen with a business. But the fact that you and your husband gave plasma to allow your kids
to be able to finish this vacation that we had booked.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm going to tell you, this is my life. So of course my son, these wands at the time were $50, $55. He lost it. He lost it. And I was like, dude, you don't even know what I did to be able to pay for that wand. Are you kidding me right now? Like literal blood, sweat, and tears.
That's not even talking about how much it costs to buy lemonade.
And she was like, listen, I'm going to send you on to someone. She said, I can't promise that they'll replace it, but they might. So she puts me on with somebody, and I explained to her, and I said, listen, I have no expectations here. It wasn't even my idea. And she was like, listen, if you pay the postage, we'll send you another. And the postage was like $12, and they sent me this $55 wand. You know what I believe? I truly believe the more goods you put out, the more you're rewarded. Like, it's just karma. And I feel like we try to be good people. We try to do good things. And I am constantly seeing in the universe the rewards for that. And that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, listen, do the right thing. Even when no one's watching, I'm telling you, it will pay off. It may not be today. It may not be next month. It might not even be for a year. But I promise you, the more good that you do and the better person you are, the more you will be rewarded. And I believe that with every fiber of my being. And I've seen that in my own life time and time again.